Range Rover or a little Mercedes, you know what I mean? Or little,
Yeah.
whatever. Got all the clothes. Got a big house. Been to all the family trips.
Yeah. He's got the lifestyle. What happened to you? What's his problem?
Why you cut? When I'm
No,
talking,
because- yeah.
you cutting and rushing me. When you
No,
talking,
because
I don't
I don't want you to lose the point.
Okay.
Why
I'm
was
on point.
Timothy?
I'm
Why
on
was he
point.
cussing his dad?
I'm on point.
Okay, because you
Allow me.
drawn a whole scene.
Allow me. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
But then don't ask me if you lose your way. Go on. Go.
So.
Blow.
So. Cussing the father. The father was a judge.
Okay.
So, he puts in a lot of hours, right? He was a judge. And he's like, yo, I do this for you, my wife, and my wife and my children. You. What you complain about? Ungrateful. So the father said, well, what would you want me to do? I could quit this job, find some other job, pays you $45,000 a year, but we're going to the hood. We're not no middle upper rich lifestyle. You know what I mean? Because the mortgage got to get paid.
Yeah.
It comes with certain things.
Yeah. Sacrifice.
You understand what I'm saying? And you can't have it both ways.
Right.
Right? So, yes, a lot of women like them stuff too. But hear what? A lot of the women, not all of them, but a lot, think they deserve to get it, but just take me as I am. As since I was a kid, and you remember this, you probably seen it in pop culture, but you probably seen it in real life. You know that guy driving that drop-top Corvette?
Yeah.
The convertible, white guy with the little missing hair, the little toupee balding, hair in the wind or whatever, like Donald Trump. But who does he have in the front seat right beside him? Some 25-year-old bimbo, blondish. That was a stereotype, but it doesn't have to be a blonde girl. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've always seen that. Not only in the TV shows. I've seen it in real life.
Yeah.
I remember since I was small. 70s, 80s. I was like, how does an old man, you know what I mean? And they probably weren't old. They're probably in their 50s. Right? Whatever. Driving that Corvette. Driving that whatever. A convertible Mustang or whatever. And the girl looks like she's 29. Right? But it wasn't no Humpty Dumpty coming out the passenger seat.
Right.
Right? It wasn't no overweight, obese woman coming out the front seat. It was, they had a type that they wanted for their, what is called in the 80s, arm charm.
Right.
A girl, there's a charm on his arm.
A walking trophy.
That's what they wanted.
Right.
So, but now an average man like me,
Yeah.
I want an arm charm too.
Yeah.
But at my age, I take what I can get.
Right. Where's the little guy?
I take what I can get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
We know.
Yeah. No, I do have some standards now.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, some standards.
Tell the people.
Yeah, I got some standards. You just can't come any which way to me.
Okay. B. Symone. You know who B. Symone is?
Yeah.
Love B. Symone. She was on Wild 'N Out.
Yeah.
I don't know if she still is, but she got a lot of flack. I guess she's leveled up her life and she's got a really great partner now. Or at least when this thing that she said went viral. But she was pretty much like, listen, you want this type of lifestyle? You level up yourself to get this type of lifestyle. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
You want a certain amount of money. You want to look a certain way, or you want your man to look a certain way. You want your man to be fit. You take your time now and you get fit. Right? Get to what you want in yourself, and then whoever's meant to be with you is going to come to you. And the internet almost canceled B. Symone.
Oh, yeah?
For saying that.
The stand-up comedian.
The stand-up comedian. Telling people to level up. So what the really angry people that are happy with the death of Kevin Samuels because of whatever he said, what it's really showing is their lack of taking responsibility within themselves to level up their own lives.
Right.
To the point where somebody who's trying to tell you, hey, yeah, you may not like my delivery, but it's just like Buckley's. You know what I mean?
Don't taste good, but it's good for you.
Doesn't taste good, but it works every time. So he just didn't even put the spoonful of sugar in it.
Right.
He just jammed it right down the throat and said, take it. You know what I'm saying?
Open your mouth. Open your mouth.
No. Yeah, and swallow it. But it really reflects negatively on the people that are not only comfortable saying those things about somebody's child, which clearly affected his mom. You know what I mean? I don't know what's happening with his father, but I don't even know if his dad is alive. But his mom, he mentioned he had a child out there, whether they were on speaking terms or not. The internet doesn't take those things into consideration. But what it does say to people that are fairly okay with themselves, you know, I've told you many a times, I'm taking break before I start to date or even think about dating, because I myself can acknowledge that I'm not in a place where I could give into the type of relationship I want in any way. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
And I'm okay with that. I know I can't have no. If a high value man were to walk through the doors right now and be like, "Oh, come, let me take you out," I'd be like, like, where? What am I gonna wear? What am I gonna talk about? You know what I mean?
He's in a different social class than you.
He's in a different class. He's just in a different place in his life. Does that mean that I'm not worthy? No, I'm just not there, and it's okay to recognize that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
We knew, as men, when we were going into clubs, in our teens, late teens, 20s, 30s, right? And you see a certain kind of woman, right? She's a doctor, whatever. I know, so man, I'm hip hop. I got my fitted cap and this now. I'm not a suit and tie man, but I got my zoot suits. I got my pimped out, you know what I mean? Sandwell silk back in the days when I was in that life, you know? But I could tell, that goes out of my class. I'll still holler because that's me. That's that man.
You just want to shoot
I just want to shoot the shot, right? And I might luck up.
Yeah.
I might luck up.
I'm gonna roll the dice and see what that lays.
Right? She might give me her number.
Right.
You know what I mean? Have to holler at her again for the other 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
She might give me 3 numbers.
Yeah.
Right? But no, I might try my shot, right? And try to holler at the girl, this and that, the other. But I could tell, this girl is high up, or she work for the government, or she near the prime minister, or whatever. Like, no. You know what I mean? Right. This one is more in my lane.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'll still shoot my shot because as men, sometimes we just have that bravado. We think we could do it.
Right.
But it's the same thing with women sometimes too. You think you can get that man over there? Ain't got no time for you.
Yeah.
Now.
But clearly we don't want to hear it.
We don't want to hear it. But here what?
Yeah.
Don't make a mistake now. Don't make a mistake now.
Yeah.
He might smash once or twice. But you can't hold his attention other than that. You understand what I'm saying? And he knows that you're fiending for him. It's like a superstar rapper. You know what's women?
Can't hold man again. Boy, pick me now, hold man again. I don't know if he said the pum pum now, hold man again. Is it pick me?
Baby.
Oh, baby now, hold man again.
Well, pick me. I think it's
pick me now, hold man again. But he never said pussy now, hold man again.
Anyways,
even that don't hold nobody.
Yeah, that's true. That don't hold nobody no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For a little time. But for long-term serious thing, no.
Yeah.
It's like a famous rapper or a rock and roll star. The groupies will come. The men know what it is.
Yeah.
So you end up staying in the lane of a groupie. But it's very rare that the rock and roll star or the athlete marries the groupie. You serve your purpose and your lane.
Yeah.
And we're both equal on the stock market, as we say.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right? Vagina doesn't weigh more. Not weigh more. Vagina is not worth more.
Quarter pounders do.
Vagina doesn't worth more on the Toronto Stock Exchange than penis. You know what I'm saying? So when you want me, I am a superstar rock and roll artist, country artist, rapper, R&B artist, an actor. You want to be a groupie to me. It is what you got the fun out of being with me to say that I slept with so-and-so actor, basketball star, and tell your girlfriends, right? And I got the pleasure, because you have a little body on you or whatever, of having fun with you that night. It is what it is. It might happen once, twice. I might exchange numbers, hit you up when I'm in the city again.
Lunch.
Right, you might get a lunch and this and that. But then that's it is what it is. My life is still going here, and your life is still going here.
Yeah.
No shame on it.
Yeah.
But you had the experience, so when you're watching me, the next NBA playoffs, I slept with him.
The bragging rights.
Right. And that's what it is.
Yeah.
So women should be very cognizant of realizing you're not really in his lane. Just like I knew, and me and my peers know, those women, she's way older than me. When I'm 19, 20, I thought I can get 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
I stepped a 30-year-old woman in clubs.
Yeah.
Of course, I had this beard that was like Moses since I was 15, 16, and I rolled with older guys than me. But I really tried to holler at 30-year-old women.
Yeah. Right.
Right? I was disillusioned. I get a little conversation, get a little smile and thing, but she ain't taking me that serious.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
she ain't
well,
getting
you're
that.
cute.
Yeah, you're cute, nigga.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not going to KFC for lunch today.
Right. I did get one or two twice. Right? I get a little fling here, a little thing there, but nothing long term. And I didn't know how to conduct myself around those women because it's one time a girl, I was like 18, she was like 27. She did give me a plate, but she was finishing university. But I'm in the streets doing all kinds of stuff. I did have an advantage because I was living on my own. So I had my own little, this is like 89, 1990, those years. I had my own little place. But when we had to conversation, like, I'm doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And she's on this level looking to buy her first house.
Right.
And this and that, the other.
Yeah.
Like totally different places.
Yeah.
And
I was 7 years old at that time.
Right. So
I was at a real different place.
So, with that being said, I could give it a slam a little bit. But other than that, you know what I mean?
Give me the gal with the wickedest slam. The kind of gal who know fi love up she man. Wow. Man, if you want to get the medal, you have to get the gal with the real get a gal. That's not the words.
No, that's not the words.
Okay, sorry. Do you know? Do you know the words?
I know a little. Okay. I can't remember. But it's a big tune. Big hit.
Big tune. Big up Beanie Man. I don't know what
wickedest slam. You know what I mean?
But yeah, and I definitely think that our patties weigh more in the stock market. But whatever. No pun intended.
You're worth more than men in the stock market?
100%. What we bring to the table is worth more too, along with the patty cake. But anyways, what I wanted to say was the fact that these people that want to feel entitled to stay comfortable. They might find money. They got these sisters going and getting these BBL surgeries. What's you know that? What I mean? That's the Brazilian butt lift surgery.
Like lift up the booty and augmentation under the hips and stuff like that.
Well, they take the fat out your belly and they add it to your bamsi. And it's one of the most dangerous surgeries.
Because I know they have, don't they have implants or they don't do implants no more in the butts?
I find that right now the popular thing is the BBL and people are going...
so take the belly fat out to like liposuction, basically.
Yeah. And then they're pumping it into the
back into the backside.
Yeah, and like the hips, so that you get that small waist, big shape, and big bum. And it's killing people. A 32-year-old woman just went to the Dominican Republic.
Sure.
And
was it because the fat is not supposed to be there or something? What was the killing? Know? It's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be here, body, or it's infection.
I don't know what it is. It's probably infection.
Right.
It's probably infection.
Is it probably it could be probably the kind of people that they're going to doing it. They're not using all the proper equipment or.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to
certified
Central America,
stuff like that,
and Mexico. So this young lady who's 32, she went to Mexico, and she had a tummy tuck done.
Right.
And then she went to the Dominican Republic for the BBL.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brazilian butt lift. So I guess they already took out from her tummy, and then I guess they took out more and pumped it into her backside. So after the surgery, I don't know what happened, but she ended up passing away.
Well, I don't want, at one point though, I don't want to make it look like Central American or South American countries don't have the high medical standards, right? So I didn't want to say that because, that's a bad narrative to put out there too.
Yeah. But it's a lot cheaper. That's why they're going.
Right. It's a lot cheaper to go, even with the airfare and all that. I can understand that, right?
It's cheaper to go.
But medical standards across the world, I don't want to, because you can go in places in America too that is shady.
Yeah.
Right? I've seen that back in the day.
That's probably cheaper too.
Right. In Miami, there's a lot of people who do shady work.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Right? So let's not push that narrative. But I hear what you're saying. But I always thought the butt lift was like augmentation, like a facelift. They just, cut it open, lift up the muscles a little bit, and sew it back, or just like breast augmentation.
Yeah.
It's not an implant. It's just, one, how they say all women's chest, the one breast is a little bit slightly off than another. Sometimes not to the naked eye, but, it's not symmetrically the same. So when you're getting older, it droops up, lift it back up.
Yeah.
And I thought that's what you meant.
Your belly fat has replaced the implants, practically.
The implant,
Yeah, and then that in combination with those countries in Central America, that does it cheaper. So we now, as African American women,
African people,
well, I don't even know what we're called anymore, but African people have been going to these Central American places and getting these surgeries done for that shape. But a lot of people aren't coming back. Oh. But my point is that we're willing to find money, right?
Right.
To do these type of things, to get the $1,000 worth of human hair, right? All these things put towards our appearance.
Right.
But we're still not
willing to do the work, the gym work, the hard work.
Willing to do the work, and we're not willing to put our money into places that our wealth can grow.
Okay.
To be more up to that level of the high value man that we wish to desire.
Think of it this way.
So it's like we want to put in the money to make our appearance look high value. But then we're going back to Ottawa housing.
Stop.
I'm just saying.
So yeah, but look at it this way. In the planet Earth, for thousands of years, the beautification of women is a thing, right? Women's beautification is a thing. We have historical records, thousands of years, ancient times, kingdoms. Women with beautification is a thing. Now, I have no problem with that. But then, in modern times now, it's become such a thing where the psyche is affected by it. It's irrational.
Right.
Not just, it's like almost like, you remember when you used to watch those shows in the 90s, 80s probably, those women, sometimes men too, I think. I can't remember when used to have this, but the anorexic people. It was mostly women I saw. I never really saw a man who had that, anorexia, which is a mental disorder, like something like that. I remember Monta Williams or this person or...
Oh, I used to love the Monta Williams.
Yeah, or, the person we talking to them like, yo, girl, you're not fat.
Yeah.
And it's skin and bone, you're not fat. Yeah. And it's like they eat them also. No, I see something. So then when I saw like
it's documentary... It's a form of body dysmorphic disorder.
Right, but it's something in the brain.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to the circus and you see those mirrors and the mirrors make you look, whatever they're seeing, they see fat. And unless you do... I saw that on sometimes certain doctors would try hypnotism to block out that part of the brain, right? And take that part of the brain that makes them think they're fat and compartmentalize it, I guess, and lock it there.
Yeah.
So they could eat normally, right? Some people in science, I saw on, I think it was A&E or TLC, one of those kind of channels, right? Where they did operations and, they deal with parts of the brain that deals with that kind of thinking patterns or cognitive skill to try to do an operation. But they just can't, they think they're fat. Yeah. Well, it's the same way. Some people think they don't look unless they get this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, shave off the real eyebrow and draw back a new one. Way up, arch up. One girl I went to high school with, I used to tell her, in her school like that, I used to say, yo, when you look at me, don't talk. I mean, you know what I mean? Because every time you look at me, it's like, yo, I think you asked me a question. If I'm like this and she turn, I go, huh?
I'm surprised all the time.
What, you say something? No, I thought you said something.
So rude.
Yo, I thought you said something. Because her eyes like, huh? Wow. What you want, girl? I didn't say nothing. You're fucking with me. Well, she didn't have alopecia, nothing this, normal eyebrows.
Yeah.
This girl draws some McDonald's arches. Every time I look at her, I get hungry.
Lord have mercy.
I swear to God, I feel for those McDonald's fries.
Poor thing.
But there's something sometimes with the psyche. Even if you think of it, most women who get the plastic surgeries, the facelifts, the this or that, the everything like that. Don't you notice they're always beautiful looking women prior? Yeah. They're not no woman that was born with no cleft or no, you know what I mean, disfiguration or no buck teeth out. Like, you know what I mean? No. And I could understand that. They are good looking women prior. Little Kim. Fine looking woman prior. Right?
Breaks my heart when I see Lil' Kim.
There's something going on psychological. And we could say racism, white supremacy, and the white ideals of beautification and thinning out your nose and all that. That has its play.
Yeah.
I do understand that. Of course, I recognize all that.
Yeah.
But...
You think that's what happened to Michael?
He did have the I can never pronounce it properly. The Vigatello or whatever, I might not be saying it properly. Vitiligo, right? And stuff like that. Because if only after that, when you see pictures of him, go back to the Time magazines and the specials of him since he passed, right? Look back to the pictures when you're 16, 17 in certain concerts. You'll see the little patches starting to come. The coloration.
Gosh, he was so handsome.
But he was a handsome man.
Yeah.
But I do give credit to what white supremacy did. White supremacy worked. Make us look ugly.
Yeah.
It's supposed to work.
Yeah.
Our noses, we're monkeys. It worked.
Yeah.
You have to give its racistly sick credit.
You know his nose fell off.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But then it was...
The tip, it fell off. Because they thin until there was nothing there. A whole bunch of them. You seen Janet's nose?
She didn't get as bad.
Really not as bad, but her, LaToya, and Michael, they really thinned it out so much.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So there's the patches,
but they were beautiful looking
people.
people. But really, even if they're beautiful looking people, we cannot discredit or take away what white supremacy and for hundreds of years told us about ourselves. We're ugly and this and that, and how it affected us so deeply.
Right.
It didn't affect all of us.
Yeah.
Because not all of us getting surgery. But I know we can go to Caribbean islands like in Dominican Republic and bleaching like crazy.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Bleach like me watch me face with the cake soup. That's Vibes. I still remember when Vibes came out with that summertime video. Oh my, I was like, who is this dude? Lips black like tar. A whole 17 shades lighter.
Leave Vibes alone.
I was like, what happened to Vibes? I was like, who is this man singing pool party?
Stop.
Even the beats. I still love the music, but he was looking strange.
But ultimately, BBLs or this and that, the other, you're going too much. Yes, you want to do it because it makes you more attractive to black men and men generally, and you get your little self-esteem. But some of it is weird.
Has doing it.
It's weird.
Has the appearances brought more marriages to the community?
No. Sometimes those people who do those kind of stuff, right? Are people who are into certain lifestyles, nightlife, sexualized lifestyles. Sometimes, some of them, a percentage of them. So, OnlyFans.
You mean like a hoe?
Strip.
I don't know. What is sexualized lifestyle? What does that mean?
Well, OnlyFans is not only for selling actual intercourse sex, but there's some sexualization of beautification sexualization in it, right? Selling pictures of your feet is still sexualize yourself because some people look at feet as a beauty thing.
Yeah.
So you're selling your beauty, right? Some people are just cleaning their house in a tight maid's outfit. You know, that black and white maid's outfit with the apron.
You have an account on this thing?
No, I don't. Okay, so... and then bending over with a little brush, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody's selling actual sex, but sexualization they're selling. Sexuality they're selling. Right. Some... You too, you see it. Some people... I saw this lady, her all she does is shop. And reaching for the thing on the shelf in tights, in skin tights. Buy something for her pool, buy a new thing from IKEA, and assembles it in tights and just showing off her shape. She's selling sexuality. She's selling sex, selling beauty. And making money from these things.
Yeah.
Right? So, sometimes those people in those lives who get those kind of, they say they're doing it for themselves. And, you know what I mean? That small part, you know what I mean? We do things because we like the adoration, we like the love, the compliments we get from the outside world. Family, friends, peers, and men. You know what I'm saying?
I can argue that a little bit. I could argue that a little bit. It seems, especially in the United States, it seems like not just the women in that lifestyle are doing whatever they can to get that shape.
A percentage of them, yeah.
Yeah. And even here in Canada, I know some people about that life that have gone with it. And I know some people that aren't about that life that have gone and done it.
Right. So those people who are not about that life, they still think their body is inadequate. Right? Hold on. They still think the body is inadequate. Now, they want to touch up the little parts of the body. I don't know for your friends how much of them are married or not or long-term relationships, because if a woman's in a long-term relationship and stuff like that, for me, my woman ain't doing it. No, you're off the market. You know what I mean? If you're just kicking it, 6-month relationship, you can still do what you want. You know what I mean? But if you're talking about marriage, what are you talking about? Implants for what?
Right.
Implant this in your brain, girl.
Yeah.
We ain't spending our money. You know what I'm saying? But on a serious note, though, right? If somebody really feels self-esteem problems or something that makes them think they'll feel better about themselves, and to that extreme, right? I think something's wrong there. Especially if you got the man already. If you're in the nightlife work, okay. If you're single and you feel like you have, like, There's some women who just born with a, like you said, what you call a fruit bar. And no matter what, even if they're slim, they still have the fruit bar. They want to get a little tuck, right?
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Okay.
But taking fat and putting it here, or an implant, or these things in their breast, and when they do it, they don't even do it like a small little piece to fool people. Like, oh shoot, you've been working out in the gym? It looks like it's natural. The waist is so damn thin.
Yeah.
It looks like Humpty Dumpty's legs. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then the back side is so big, you can see it from the front like two peaches. But the girl looks skinny like a damn, you know, Whitney Houston's legs. Like, you know what I mean?
That's where a lot of the issues happen, is when, I think when they do it and it's in a small amount, it's not as dangerous.
Right.
But when you're taking lots and pumping it back there, then I think the risk of issues increase for sure. We have a society that its standards of beauty change from time. And in the 90s, there was that very almost sickly thin look. The Kate Moss look. You know what I mean? They had the...
For white folks.
Yeah.
Not for black folks. We always love a little curve.
Well, I found that in the 90s, we really didn't show too much curve.
But we didn't show. We weren't dressed until you see it, yes.
Right.
But you still love the thickness.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. But anyways, and then 2000 was something else. But right now, it seems like that Kardashian shape, right, is what a lot of people are desiring to look like. And I speak of the Kardashians just because that's a whole family just based on cosmetic surgery, right?
I don't use those girls or the Kim one as the standard of beauty. I've never been like that. You know what I'm saying? She ain't the standard of beauty.
But I'm talking about for women.
Okay, for women.
It's like in their minds, they want to shape like the Kardashians.
And that's, for me, that's fucked up because, first of all, the most perverse shape on the planet Earth is the black woman.
That's why it's unfortunate that we ourselves are
looking
going to get more.
A woman of a different stock or different ethnicity. Armenian or something like that. Armenian was Iranian, which is still an offshoot of Caucasian stock from the North Caucasus Mountains. Still Caucasian. Skin is white, the hair is long, straight, there's no curl in the hair. They're Caucasian. Of Caucasian stock. Indo-European, whatever you want, right? We looking at other people like we want their shape.
Yes.
What else is going on there?
It's not me.
You know what I'm saying? Now, not every single black woman has the buttocks and stuff like that. Thank you, slavery. Because with slavery, it mixed us all up in our genes and stuff like that. So some get in, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But us coming from West Africa, we all got it to some degree.
Okay.
I ain't looking at them white folks. So I want people like them. They always want to be like us. 400 years, they hated our nose, hated our hair, this and that. Now, in the 80s and 90s, they want to get our lips. You know, white women put collagen in their lips. White woman got thin ass nose, big, you know what I mean? Bubba from the Cosby cartoon lips. Now, ass wasn't a thing. For the last 5,000 years, Caucasians didn't have no ass.
Yeah.
They didn't want no ass.
Yeah.
Go watch the Dukes.
A lot of times it was boob and it looked like they were about to fall over.
Even genetically. I could prove genetically. They didn't have ass. They didn't want no ass.
Yeah.
Where do you think Daisy Dukes come from?
From non-ass?
Yep.
I don't know.
Daisy Dukes.
Prepared.
From the show, the Dukes of Hazzards and
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
the little cut-off shorts.
Cut-off shorts.
Yeah.
And white folks when I was in public school, oh, she got a good butt. That's what I'm looking at white boys like, what?
Yeah. The pancake Bamsey.
You know what I'm saying?
The Hank Hill Bamsey. Did you used to watch King of the Hill?
Little Timothy's tripping out. I'm like, that's no ass.
Yeah.
That's hip bone. That's tailbone. That's no ass. But now they want butts.
Yeah.
And what is happening? White girls ain't getting butts. That's a false narrative.
Okay.
What's happening is our style of clothing change, right? And we're getting more just loose and vulgar with it, So a couple of white women is looking thick out here, right? A woman have never been in the gym. For 2,000 years, women ain't in no gym. Last 30 years, women in the gym. So you seen a little shape, but it ain't like no man. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't like no black woman. So they get in a little shape. We tripping out like these women is some fine woman to get shape out here. You know what I mean? No. So in the 1950s and thing, they started putting more steroids in the meat. So that generation from the 70s, you didn't see the thing. Now you're seeing all this little thick. Your mom got size, what? A cup. Your aunties, your grandparents, on your mom's side, all of a sudden a little girl, Tiffany now, has big boobs. Steroids in the meat.
Yeah.
So you're seeing a little shape come out of Caucasians, but it's still not like the black woman shape.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, white women get it. You'll get a little standard of us. They'll get a little bit of it. And because we like white women, some of us, right? Mm-hmm. We like, yo.
Many of y'all.
Many of us?
Many.
I don't know.
Love that white meat. That's okay. I don't hate.
You're talking about eating chicken, or you're talking about women?
I only eat dark meat.
Okay. So.
Chicken and otherwise. I'm thinking about going over to white meat.
No.
I'm thinking
about it. Anyways, another show, but.
Listen, let's not get off of track here.
We could cut that.
Let's pull it in.
Episode, yeah.
Let's pull it in. This episode was supposed to be dedicated to Kevin Samuels.
It is.
Right? And then we went a little around the world, mm-hmm. bringing it to women's beauty standards and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, right, what my point was that a lot of women that I've observed would rather put their money towards things that happen to accentuate their appearances or whatever, as opposed to things that might build wealth, build legacy, and put you in the calibers of receiving a high value man at the end of the day. But what the negative comments from so many disgruntled women, mostly women,
right,
and some gay men,
right,
and I'm sure some men too.
Right.
There was a podcast or two that said, hey, this is what you get for stealing content.
Right.
It goes to show that a lot of people don't really want to level up inside.
True.
Physically, mentally, financially, individually. They don't really want to level up.
Right.
They'd rather stay in the same way of thinking.
Right.
Make more time to watch content that you don't like.
Right.
That you're going to sit there and stew and be angry with somebody giving that content. The freedom of speech has made it available for anybody to say pretty much whatever the hell they want to say.
Cool.
You can change the channel. You don't have to subscribe. But I think that there's no real, true justification for the amount of really hateful, disrespectful comments. Right. Maybe I haven't watched enough Kevin Samuels to see where these ladies are coming from.
Right.
I really enjoyed him. I love the breakdown that he did regarding Will and Jada and the toxicity there. He did a couple of shows on it. And I've watched a lot of the clips and you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, I wish that people would not put so much attention outwards on other people's opinions and whatever they're saying and turn it inwardly.